to upload the after-school shiur. We were in the middle of Chaf Hey Amud Beis, and the last time we learned was on Monday, and the recording cut off shortly. We were up to the middle of Chaf Hey Amud Beis, at the two dots, about halfway down the wide lines, Birchat Kohanim. We were talking about which parshas in the Torah are read and translated, which are read and not translated, and which are not read. So Birchat Kohanim, the psukim of Birchat Kohanim in Naso Nikrin are read v'lo metargemin and not translated. My Tama, what is the reason? Because it says Yisa. Yisa means Yisa Hashem Panav. Hashem will favor you. And the question is, why would Hashem favor anybody? Because Hashem never favors anyone. The truth is that Hashem favors the Bnei Yisrael because we do more than we're obligated to do, so therefore Hashem favors us in return. Masa David v'Amnon, the story of David's son Amnon, lo nikren v'lo metargemin, is neither read nor translated. The Gemara asks, V'amrit, but previously we said that Masa Amnon v'Tamar, the story of Amnon and Tamar, nikra umetargem, excuse me, is read and translated. Lokash, it's not a difficulty. Hodechsev Amnon ben David. When Amnon is identified as the son of David, then it's disgraceful to David what Amnon did and what Avshalom did. So therefore we don't don't read it nor translate it. But Hodechsev Amnon, if it just says Amnon alone, then we would read it and translate it because the Chsiv Stama, if it says plain Amnon, then people may not recognize that it's David's son, and it's not that disrespectful to David. Taner Rabbanan, the rabbis taught in a brayza, Kol hamikraos haksuvim b'Torah l'gnai. Whenever you find a word in the pasuk which is written in an unclean manner, korin oso l'shevach, we have a different way of reading it, and we read it in a cleaner manner. Kigon, for example, if there's a word in the Torah called yishgalena, a man is afraid to go to war if he betrothed the woman, and another man may then take her. So instead of yishgavena, we use yishgalena, which is a coarse word. We read it yishgavena, another man may sleep with her. Or ba'apolim, in Sefer Shmuel it talks about hemorrhoids, and it's called ba'apolim. Instead we use a nicer word, which is ba'tchorim. Chiryonim, the word chiryonim means the waist of pigeons, but the letters chet resh means waist. Instead we read it divyonim, which means what flows from the pigeons, but we don't use the chet resh letters, which means actual waist. Lechol et choreihem v'lishtot et mei meshineim. There were people who were cursed that they're going to eat their waste and drink their urine. Instead of using the word choreihem, which is a not nice word, we say lechol et tzoatam. They will eat their tzoatam, what they go out, and they will drink mei meragleim, the water of their legs. It means urine, which is a nicer way of saying it. L'mochroot, into places where people go to the bathroom, but again it has the letters chet resh, which means human waste. We call it lemotzot, outhouses. Rabbi Shiur ben Karcha says that in that pasuk machroot, we can lemachroot kishman. We can actually read it machroot as the word says, because it's talking about places of avodah zarah, and you want to really disrespect them. So you say mipnei shehu genai lavodas kachavim. We're shaming the avodah zarah, that a place that have been used for avodah zarah, we're using it lemachroot, and I don't mind using the word machroot because chet resh means the actual, it's a coarse word for human waste, and we use that coarse word in order to make sure that that place is considered disgusting. Amar of Nachman, kol litzanusa asira. Generally speaking, you're not allowed to be a mocker, to mock things. Bar mi litzanusa davaris kavim desharia, excluding mockery of avodah zarah is permitted. Because the chsiv, it's written about the idols of Baal and the idols of Nevo. Kora Baal, Baal squatted as if it was going to relieve itself. Kores Nevo, Nevo released its waist. So we're using very derogatory terms on the avodah zarah. Uksiv, it's written Karsu Karu Yachtav, they crouched and they squatted together. Lo Yachlu Malet Masa, and as hard as they tried, they couldn't escape their load of waste. So these are psukim that mock avodah zarah. Rav Yanai has another pasuk. He says, Mehacha, from here you see that we mock avodah zarah. The pasuk says le'eglois beis oven, the calves of Beit Oven, which were calves of Avodah Zarah, and they were stolen, they were taken away by the enemy. Yoguru shechan Shomron, those who live in Shomron become fearful because their Avodah Zarah was stolen. Ki aval alav amo, now the nation mourns over it, over the stolen Avodah Zarah. Uchamarav alav yogilu, and the priests that used to rejoice with the Avodah Zarah now mourn al kavodo ki gola mimenu, because the honor has been exiled, it's gone. By the way, so we're making a mockery of them, that the people are crying that their Avodah Zarah was stolen or robbed, and how could an Avodah Zarah be stolen? Al tikrei kavodo, but don't even read it kavodo, it's honor, ela kavedo, it's load of waste. Omer Avuna bar Menoach mishmei deravacha b'rei deravika, shori leila bar Yisrael l'meimer leila vid kachavim. A Jewish man is allowed to tell a Gentile, shak leila vid kachavim, that he should take the Avodah Zarah v'anche and put it b'shin tav shalai, to put it in his rear, to put it in his back. I guess what it means is if the Gentile has been bothering a Jew, trying to do missionary work, trying to convert him, so finally to get rid of him, you can even use a very coarse expression to tell him to go away. Ravashi says, Haiman de Sinai Shum Anei, somebody who has a reputation that he's done a lot of bad things, and it's pretty well known, except we just don't have witnesses. Shori Le Levazuya, you're allowed to shame him using the letters Begimel Vishin. Gimel means that he's the son of a woman that did inappropriate things, and the Shin stands for somebody whose reputation really smells. It's bad. On the other hand, Haiman de Shaper Shamane, somebody that has a good reputation, Shor le Shabuche, you're allowed to praise him. Uman de Shabche, Yunucholo, Brochot al Rosh, whoever praises him, a blessing on the head, whoever praises somebody that's a good man. By the way, but you should only praise a good man in front of other people who will like him as well. Because if people don't like him and you praise him, they're going to say something contrary. The Mishnah talks about various levels of Kedusha. And the Mishnah starts out by saying that even a street can have Kedusha because people sometimes daven in the street. So therefore, people of a city that sell the street of a city and they get money for it. So with the money you have to buy something that has a higher Kedusha. It's like Chamadam of Beit HaKnesset. So with the money you can buy Beit Knesset, which has a higher Kedusha than the street. If you sell the Beit Knesset, you have money. Lokhan Teva, you can buy an Aron Kodesh. Teva, if you sell an Aron Kodesh, you have money. Lokhan Mitpachot, you buy covers for a Sefer Torah. Mitpachot, if you sell covers of a Sefer Torah, Yikhu Sforim, you can buy scrolls of Nevi'im and Ketuvim. If you sell Sforim of Nevi'im and Ketuvim, you can buy the highest, Lokhan Torah. You buy a Sefer Torah, which is the highest Kedusha there is. Because Ma'al and the Kodesh, you always have to go a step higher. But Aval Machru Torah, if you sold the Sefer Torah and you have money, Lo Yikhu Sforim, you can't buy scrolls of Nevi'im and Ketuvim. The Sforim, if you sold Sforim of Nevi'im and Ketuvim, Lo Yikhu Mitpachot, you can't buy a cover for a Sefer Torah. If you sold Mitpachot, if you sold covers of a Sefer Torah and you have money, Lo Yikhu Teva, you can't buy an Aron Kodesh. If you sold Teva and Aron Kodesh, Lo Yikhu, you can't use the money to buy Beit Knesset. And if you sold a Beit Knesset and you have money, Lo Yikhu Atar Chov, you can't buy a street of a city. And b'chein b'motrei, and the same as if you have extra money. If you sold something and you have money, and now you did what you're supposed to do, and you bought something of higher kedusha, but you have leftover money, the leftover money must also be used for higher kedusha. And if it's not enough to buy something higher, you'll put it in the bank and you'll save up until you have something which has a higher kedusha. Gemara, B'nei Yoir shemachru rechova shalir, the people of the city that sold the street of the city, Amar Rabba bar Bar Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Zu, this Mishnah is Divrei Rabbi Menachem Bar Yossi Stumto, are the words of Rabbi Menachem Bar Yossi, that many Mishnayot and Braito that are written without a name are his view. And he says that the street has Kedusha. The Chachamim say, the street never has Kedusha, so if you sell the street, you can use the money for whatever you want. Rabbi Menachem Bar Yossi Maitame. So why did Rabbi Menachem Bar Yossi say the street does have Kedusha? The answer is Hoyel v'ha'am mispalim b'betaniyot. People daven in the street on a fast day. The Gemara in Tana says that there was a series of 13 fast days, and the last 7 they used to daven in the street. And the Ma'amadot, some people don't have this text of Ma'amadot because not necessarily during Ma'amadot did they daven in the street. V'Rabbanan, why did the Rabbanan hold that the street is not Kodesh? Because Ahu Akroi Ba'alma. Well, that can happen that they daven in the street, but that doesn't make the street Kodesh. If you sell a Beit Knesset, Lo Kanteva, with the money you can buy an Aron Kodesh. Amar Rabbi Shmuel Bar Nachmani Amar Rabbi Yonatan, Lo Shanu, this was not learned, that you're allowed to sell a Beit Knesset. Elo Beit Knesset Shel Kfarim, only a Beit Knesset of a village. So the people in the village, the Beit Knesset belongs to them, and they can choose to sell it. Avol Beit Knesset Shel Krakin, but a Beit Knesset of a large city. Kaven de me alma atule, since people come to a Beit Knesset of a large city from all over the world, and Tosfot says either people from all over the world may have even paid for it, or it was meant for them. Lo matzu mezabnile, the people of this city can't sell it. The Havale derabim, because it belongs to the greater public and you can't sell it. Amar Rav Ashi, but Rav Ashi says, Hai Beit Knishta de Mata Mechasya, the Beit HaKnesset of the city Mechasya, Af al Gav de Me Alma Atula, even though people come to it from all over the world, but Kevon since, Da Adaita Didi, but since Ka'atu, since they come from my mind, they come to ask me questions, and they realize that I'm the head of the city of Mechasya, so whether they gave money or they have rights to it, they're willing to accept whatever I say. If I want, I could sell it. Meitive, the Gemara responds with a question. Amar Rabbi Yehuda says, Ma'aseh Beit HaKnesset Shel Tursian. There was a Beit HaKnesset that belonged to coppersmiths. Shahaya b'Yerushalayim in Yerushalayim. Shemachrua l'Rabbi Eliezer v'asa b'kol tzrachov. That they sold it to Rabbi Eliezer and he used it for whatever he wanted. But over there was a Beit HaKnesset in Yerushalayim. The Krakim Hava, it's of a big city. So if it's a Beit Knesset of a big city, how could it be sold to Rabbi Eliezer? If a Beit Knesset in a large city, everybody in the world has rights to it. The answer is, Ahi Beit Knishta Zuti Hava. It was a small Beit Knesset which only belonged to the coppersmiths. Inu Avdua, they're the ones who paid for it, they made it, and therefore if they decided to sell it, they would be allowed to. I'm going to stop a little short here, and I hope that everybody's healthy and well. We'll continue until Pesach and Yetz Hashem, and we'll continue after Pesach. It is possible that I may stop because these dapim already were taught in the shiurim that I uploaded for the morning Talmud class. But we'll see. Meanwhile, I'll still continue.